Wow. Mob Rules has been busy. He's making a product line for Michael. Look at that. We can start selling toys. That is so funny. Wow. Hey, Nikki. Oh, I thought it was Nikki. Hey, Mob. That is a hoot. Hello, Mr. Hinkle. Children of the Corn. You know, it'd be funny if we could make those. I wonder how much we get for those, Mob. That's a hoot. Wow. I won't be long this evening. I actually got a couple things done today. Isn't that, Karen? That's so funny. That is a hoot. I just listened to a song I'd never heard before. And I can't believe how appropriate it is for me now. Hello, Gerald. It is, Mob. But I see you're having fun with it. What was I gonna say? This is so stupid, I lost my thought. Hey, Donita. And I don't know who it is, but somebody donated a nice piece of money today, and I want to tell that person thank you. That was nice. That was cool. Hey, Selena. How are you? Selena. Oh, Gerald, how was work today? You doing all right out there in Colorado? And Donita, what is going on? But Mob, the song, Man in the Wilderness by Styx. Have you ever listened to the words of that? I just heard it. I was putting together shorts and I just typed in Styx and I sample stuff. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. That is really good. You know, I just only know a handful of songs by them. And wow, Mob. Was he, how'd he handle it? I understand that, Jill. We're always under that biblical thing that work, I don't care what people say, work is work. Man shall work by the sweat of his brow. I don't care what anybody says. They're just days where work is work. Was he angry? Was he mad? I mean, what? Wow, really, Donita? Donita, did this happen today? Bob, you know, and I feel bad for him. Believe me, I feel bad. I can relate. Congratulations to you. But yeah, that sucks. Donita, did this happen today? I had a car today, was next to me at the light, young woman, on her phone, music blasting, light changed, I went. She stayed there because she was busy in her phone, sped up, I get down the highway about a mile, all of a sudden I see the signal, she just comes in front of me, there's no room. I mean, I had to literally hit my brake. She slams on the brakes and turns into a gas station. And I laid on the horn. I'm like, are you serious? You had all this room behind me and you go and do that. And if I wasn't paying attention, I would have slammed into her. Crazy. Yeah, Donita, I hope you're okay. Your insurance got it? I have uninsured motorists on mine. They do that out here. Yeah, that's messed up. You can be doing everything right. There's always some knucklehead out there that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Your injuries, are you okay, Donita? Going too fast in a big pickup. Figures. They do that around here. Speed limit's 45 and they're going 80 in their stupid duties. I'm going to be honest, some guys do not need to have a big vehicle. Because they act like immature, want to show off. Dumb. He got the ticket though, right? They didn't give him a ticket at all. Mom, I think some of these people need to have a retake in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. They're crazy out there today. Hey, Blue Dust. Donita, I'm trying to ask you some questions to help you. Did he get a ticket at all? And he hit you, so I hope you called his insurance and you call yours, because your insurance can fight them. If you don't get anywhere, you might have to get an attorney in your town to go after somebody. Yeah, that mob made that on AI. That's so funny. Jason, that's funny. I actually wish I had one. That'd be a good little channel icon. I like that ocean heart. Yeah, you called your agent. I hope you also called his. I'm getting tired of these cops. Why he didn't ticket him? He hit you. If the cop didn't ticket him, I'll tell you what, I'd call the captain of the police department that he's under and say, what is this? No ticket? You got a legal fight there. Should have got a mullet wig to go with it. Yeah, attachments, Blue Dust or Blue Angel. That's funny. Attachments. You could have a snorkel, scuba tank, mullet wig. We even put some fake starfish in there. Oh, good. Well, here's the thing. Did you call his insurance? And you also call your insurance and ask them to advise you. Because your insurance can also go up against them. Do that. I hope you did that right away. You can't let that lie. We got a jackass in the neighborhood. Got a Dodge Charger and you got the Scat Pack and all that out. Ever since he added all that, he tears up and down the street. I'm getting tired of it. I'll be in the yard and it makes all this noise. Tears up the street, turns, tears down the other. And even the Jamaican guy is complaining. And he said, man, what's that all of... He lived around the corner and he said, that guy don't know how to act. I said, yeah, it's getting annoying. So maybe one day he'll hit something and put that car out of its misery. You got a neighborhood like this, small, narrow street, why are you going to drive like a jackass? You're not no teenager either. A ticket for no driver's license, but he hits you. I don't understand that. Hello, Mr. E-Rock. Jamie, that's funny. You know what amazes me is what drives things. Jimmy Kimmel is not funny. He's got a fan club way bigger than me. He doesn't tell the truth. He's a liar for the left. He's not funny. He stuck both his feet in his mouth the other day. Y'all see those crocodile tears that he issued with trying to fake it? I never want anybody to be assassinated. I'm like, whatever, Jimmy. And they're all applauding him. Bunch of sheep. All he does is got a bunch of sheep under him. Sheep. So I mean, yeah, Mob Rules came up with that. Hey, Mrs. E-Rock, I didn't even see you. How are you? We need to pray for Donita. She got hit by a King Ranch pickup truck, hydroplaning, totaled out her Jeep, and insurance is fussing about whether they're going to pay or not. And the kid didn't get a ticket for reckless driving. I don't understand that. What state are you in, Donita? I'm all right, Ms. Z-Rock. I got some stuff done in the bathroom. Got little shelves up. Lord, we just pray for Donita based on what she said, that you'd help her get a fair settlement for the damage to her vehicle. It seems like law enforcement isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing today. Pray that you help her to get what is rightfully hers. We thank you that she wasn't severely injured. We just pray, God, that you keep your hand on her in Jesus' name. Amen. Kentucky, that's right. Did he even get out to see if you were okay or apologize or anything? Hey, Hatfield. How are you? Here in Augusta, we got Frank Azar, the strong arm. So funny, old man, he's got a big old muscle on the billboard. And I feel soap in my soap dispenser because I'm getting low. Crazy. Got myself some little work boots today. See, man, that thing, have to get that off so you can see it. Hey, Bridge. And hey, no, that mob made with AI. Blue Dust, I didn't get it. Mob made that on an image. I wish it was real. I think that'd be fun. Got me some Brahma work boots today. Tried them on, they feel comfortable. They got steel toe in them. 59 bucks. You spend a lot of money on shoes, but gotta have steel toed at the job. Bought me some slacks to wear. Hey, Stacy. That'd be funny. Stick it to the car hood. Hello, Johan. I guess the frame broke on his truck. He was driving insanely fast and he pulled out in front of me, hydroplaned and slid the truck in the whole left side, driver's side, smashed me in. It was bad. Wow, that's crazy. I wish I had them. Amber, I think that'd be cool. Well, they're required at this job. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. Mob, are you still in the house? And Mr. E-Rock, have you heard that song, Man in the Wilderness by Styx? I just heard that today. I love the words. I'm like, boy, does that really fit me where I'm at right now? It was good. I got some, some of this stuff takes time, this putsy work. I like to do things, I like to do huge projects and move fast. And it's this putsy stuff that drives me nuts. But we got it done. Got my little shelf in there. I got 3 shelves up in there. Measured it so shampoo bottle, Lysol, stuff can fit up in there. And then I'm going to I've got a small mirror that'll fit in here. Then I might do a cross shelf in here. I don't know yet. But got to have a mirror so you shave. And then I got to figure out what to do because these stupid basin vanities are a ripoff, $200 to $600. And I saw a vanity the other day. Is that on here? I wish I could have gotten this thing, man. There it is. I wanted this, but it's not the right size. Oh my gosh. Imagine that right down here. What I do is cut the top out, put the sink, but that's not tall enough. I think that'd be awesome. Guy wanted 125 for it. I called him, asked the dimensions. It wasn't deep enough. It has to fit this. If I can get this off, good grief, I cannot. It has to fit this sink. And the sink is what, 18 and a half deep? And that thing was 17. So it'd be overhanging. But I didn't buy it. It's not big enough and it's not tall enough. I want to do something with it. I might just build my own. I don't know yet. Yeah, I like the idea of the oak vanity because it's antique and you build a little bit of old school in the bathroom. Just varnish the heck out of it so the water doesn't damage it. But, yeah. That's funny, white front and back. I could, but it's a pain in the butt, and I'll never make it as good looking as a dang old school one. Oh yeah, Spitfires would be awesome. It's a little dark, but I'm gonna step outside for a minute. See what we're doing. Stupid rain never even came today. That was a lie. I want a job in the meteorology department. You can lie and still have a job, make way more money than I ever do. It's supposed to rain at 8. 7:57. Where's the rain? You're going to tell me it's going to start in exactly 3 minutes? I don't believe that. No, there's not enough cloud cover. Somebody's grilling something. I'm going to go over there. Hey, you got Johnsonville brats? Look, there's a door in the wilderness. Oh, it won't show up. There's like an opening through the trees way up there. Yeah, it feels good out here now. What is that? Is that a UFO? Nope, it's an airplane. Flying car, that'd be cool. And hey, Anna Hay. Oh, the night is my world. City lights, painted girls. In the day, nothing matters. It's the night time that flatters. Through the wall, something breaking. No mail today. No $1 million Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Foiled again. All right, here we go, folks. Well, look, you guys got to see this because Mob got himself a doll too. You got to see this. This is funny. My shorts have dropped views. It's annoying. You know what? There's something on YouTube today that they said that AI and YouTube is doing something and messing with everybody's channel. I noticed some of my lives aren't getting the extreme highs that they were. Really, flash flooding. My flying car. Bridge, how are you? Gosh, I didn't want to know. Oh no, I didn't download it. Doggone it. I gotta get it off the chat or the text. But Mob has a doll too. He made one. Fan-tastic. It is supposed to rain today, tomorrow, the next 10 days. The forecast constantly keeps updating. Did you see that one that hit Taiwan and Hong Kong? Did you see the one where the super typhoon, big wave just bashed through the doors, windows of the big hotel, washed the people all the way to the back of the dang lobby? That was incredible, man. I lived in Hong Kong, never saw waves come up like that. Yep, I saw that, Johan. They had just got on there, and YouTube told them they weren't going to ban anybody anymore. Yeah, the Philippines got swatted, Taiwan, there's trees down. They showed the outlying islands north of Luzon. Man, I wrote a whole story about sailing right above North Luzon on a 70-foot yacht called the Micro. That was fun. I had to do my research as I was writing the story, so I knew the names of islands, where I was going. That was fun. Those islands are very low, and when they get a storm surge, sucks to be you. I feel for the Filipinos because when they lose, they lose. They don't have insurance like we do. A lot of poverty. Somebody loses a big fishing boat, it's over. Look, I'm going to tell you something. If these Democrats ever get back into power, they're going to be smelling blood. They are going to come after us, and we need to pray that God Almighty moves His hand against these people. They are so wicked. Reinstating Kimmel was a joke. He's not even funny. He's a jerkosaurus. And he doesn't deserve to have a platform. No apologies. I wasn't trying to blame you, liar. I heard what you said. Oh, the MAGA and the far right. Yeah, I heard what you said, you liar. Typical Democrat. Never apologize. Never take accountability. Blame everybody. And then they're trying to say that ICE was a MAGA thing. Give me a break. This guy wrote on bullet casings too. Is this the new trend? Let's doodle on the bullet shells before I commit a crime. Man, I'll tell you what. Dumb. Who does that? Democrats? Hi, Heather. How are you? The Democrats are the greatest danger to America today. Not global warming, Democrats. Democrats are the greatest danger. They don't have manners. They don't know how to say please and thank you. They don't know how to take ownership when they do wrong. They project and blame and create more problems rather than solutions. When they got in office under Biden, crime escalated all across the country. Well, thank you, Yeos, if I'm saying that right. That's good, Heather. Glad you are doing awesome. I will never, ever, ever, ever have anything good to say about Democrats. Never. They're liars, they're cheaters, they're thieves. They get rich in the halls of power. They don't want you to have that kind of money. They don't want you to be as successful as them. My uncle always used to tell me, The motto of the Democrat Party, Michael, is I got mine, screw you. And it's the truth. It is the absolute, undeniable truth. Yes. And people may not like me, like my style like this, but I will do the best to tell the truth on this channel because it needs to be. Mark Dice was talking about Alex Jones getting canceled. Actually, when he was doing the video, he said, well, we'll see. And I started reading the comments. And they said, no, Alex Jones just got canceled again today. That's right, Anna Hay. This is what happens when you teach kids there is no God. And I'm going to say it again. People laugh at me that I don't believe in evolution. You either believe in God or you believe in evolution. There's no middle ground. And if you believe in evolution, then you have to deny the book of Genesis. And if you can deny the book of Genesis, then the whole Bible falls like a house of cards. Because it's the book of beginnings. Teaching kids there is no God. Teaching kids survival of the fittest. That's why they're getting guns. The Augusta Mall here Tuesday, the one I walked through just a week ago. 14-year-old was shot in the face, point blank, by a 16-year-old, the usual suspects, on the escalator, the one that I went up and down. They had to shut the mall down and get everybody out of there. What is a 14-year-old, what are these kids doing with guns? And then, I don't know the timeline, but a house in Harrisburg, which is part of Augusta, I drove a bus down there. That is a rough area. That is murder, stabbings, shootings all the time. 2 women got into it at Circle K down there. And she went home, got her gun, and came back and shot the woman. Stupid. Just stupid people being stupid. And our jackass law enforcement here, Brantley, said, well, oh yeah, it's disturbing. You know what's going on. You know your color's acting up. Do something about it. No fathers. Supposed to be in school. This happened at 1:50 in the mall. Why aren't those 2 boys in school? Give me a break. The world is older than 2,000 years, but it's not 4.5 billion. I will refute and dispute that to my dying day. We do not have an accurate dating process. It's based on assumptions of the half-life of radioactivity in a given substance. Nobody knows how much radioactivity was in it then when the thing was created by God. So it's all based on assumptions. It's wholly inaccurate. The Bible says there was evening and there was morning the first day. There was evening and there was morning the second day. And if you go from Adam and Eve, you're not going to get pinpoint accuracy, but it's sure somewhere between 6,000 to 10,000 years of the world. Dinosaurs were not wiped out by an asteroid. If they had been, all of life would have gone with it. Well, Anna Hyatt does. Because if the account of Genesis, which does not teach evolution, then Genesis is erroneous. And if it's erroneous, then we go right on down the rest of the 65 books and say, the first book's wrong, what else is wrong? No, I'm a Bible literalist, and I believe, I've done my own research, and I don't have a problem with the young earth. I have a problem with an old one because it doesn't fit. If this has been going on for billions of years, think about the fact that population, you know, it'd be a lot more than 8 million. They're 8 billion. It would be unsustainable. People come up with a lot of stuff, but they don't think about all the ramifications to their belief system. It's not tenable. It's absolutely not tenable. You're right, Blue Dust. Then there's 5,999 that are wrong. All of it is not real. That's a made up, the Quran, all that. Buddha doesn't send you to heaven. That doesn't save you. Hinduism doesn't save you. Jesus made a claim. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Hey, cute kitty. Eugenia, I wish we had something. That'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to have a product line. I already did it. It takes a couple days to do it. Are you open-minded or are you closed? Because it sounds to me like you believe this and that's it. So I wouldn't say that's open-minded. I've been open-minded and I still am, but when I know the truth about something, I don't accept that other stuff. And people get mad at me for this, but when I know something to be true, people will tell me, well, that's your reality. It's not my reality. I've looked at all this evidence. There's nothing there. You know, when you start looking at things and I can't go through all the stuff that I've gone through over the last, since 1985, there's proof of a worldwide flood. There's seashells on every peak. Everything makes sense from a creationistic point of view. If the world is 4.5 billion years old, we'd have a population explosion that is ridiculous. I mean, just think about that. There's a lot of things that they teach in the schools that people adamantly hold to, and they cannot prove it. They can't back it up except with a textbook that was written by a man, and they're the same ones that say, well, the Bible's written by man. There's a difference. The Bible's written by men that were moved by the Holy Spirit to write what God wanted them to write, using their own unique personalities. That textbook is a whole other story. Charles Darwin, again, admitted the fossil record was against him. In his deathbed, he said the fossil record had no transitional life forms. The reason Charles Darwin believed what he believed is because he couldn't reconcile in his mind that there was evil and bad in the world. He said, if there is a God, why does he allow this? This is what birthed atheism. Charles Bertrand Russell, all the great atheists, they all come back to the same thing. And they fail to realize that when God told Adam and Eve, don't eat of that fruit, that's why there's a problem. That's why there's suffering. That's why there's a curse. And nobody wants to admit that. Man basically believes he's good. Man basically believes they can solve all the problems. They can't. I like what Donald Trump said at the UN yesterday. You haven't solved any problem. You're funding wars. You can't even fix the escalator in the building. I was telling my friend on the phone today in Cleveland, I said they need to sell the building, make $1 million UN condos and get the UN out of this country. We should not be alone to that. Russia's sovereign. Why can't the US be sovereign? It used to be. Bridge. Oh my gosh. Bridge. Did they even have sandwiches in the Garden of Eden? A ham sandwich? One thing I know, one thing I cannot dispute, we can go round and round with evidence versus what people believe, and there is a difference, that when I converted to Christianity, nobody brainwashed me, nobody forced it. I just remember that night when the pastor answered my questions. and I finally acknowledged the truth about Christ, and nobody told me these two things would happen. That week, because I'd read a little bit of the Bible, but I couldn't understand it. After I got saved, that week I read it, the Bible just seemed like a spotlight. It illuminated. It made sense. It's like, wow. And that's because the Holy Spirit comes in you and opens your eyes. People that are not Christians cannot understand the Word of God. The Bible itself says that. The natural man, the unsaved, non-Christian man, cannot comprehend the things of God. They are foolishness to him. You have to be regenerated by the Holy Spirit. You have to be born again to understand the Bible. Then, the other thing that went away, and nobody told me this would happen, my fear of death went poof. And I went to the pastor and I said, you know, I'm not afraid to die. And he smiled and he said, because you have eternal life. Man, I was afraid of the Cold War, afraid of earthquakes. I grew up three 6-pointers in 1980s. They were big in Mammoth. The 6.7 in 1971 in LA in Sylmar. I was afraid the house was going to collapse and kill me. I always had a fear of that. I'd sleep on my bottom bunk thinking that would protect me. How funny if that house had collapsed, it would crush that bed and everything with it, with all those rafters and everything. And I saw a cool video by a lady. I think she lives up by Tahoe. She had a body cam on and was skiing down a pretty good run. And I didn't know it was a woman. I just said, she had a Talking Heads video. And it was just a beautiful run. And she was shush, shush. I said, man, that is an awesome video. I said, I skied all the way up until 1983 when I lived in Mammoth. And I said, thanks for posting. That is a really good video. That was neat. I haven't skied so long and it just took me back. Now, I remember slalom. I remember having my ski poles with the baskets on them and my K2 skis that I got out of rentals. That was fun. Blue dust? I have to. I have to. There is no point to this life if we just exist to turn into dust. It's so stupid. There's a lot of religions, and I've said it before. Religion sends you to hell. Christianity is not a religion. People call it a religion. Oh, you got religion. No, I don't. I don't got religion. Religion is naturally in all of us. Get up and go to work today, you're religious about it. Checking the oil on your vehicle, you're religious about it. Okay? But true religion, definition-wise, is man trying to attempt to earn God's favor. Their little checklist of dotting their I's, crossing their T's. If I get baptized, if I attend a church, if I give money to the poor, if I make apple pies for the old ladies in the neighborhood. And people got all the little things. You know, people will praise people that are national, worldwide celebs because they have the appearance of righteousness, when in fact they're lost all the way through and through. I needed something more than that. I went to church with my mom and dad, and it didn't do anything for me. My mom and dad were not a happy married couple. Everybody dressed up, get in the car. My mother's tense, my dad's tense. Well, that was a fun ride. I didn't see God in my parents. And I had to tell my mother, you were not my mentor, Mom. So save it. You didn't teach me God. Somebody else did. You need him. Because you don't have him. I know where I grew up under you. You got issues. Big ones. So she joined the Catholic Church and thinks she's going to earn her way to heaven climbing the ladder of Catholicism. It's sad. Getting saved is totally different You acknowledge you can't do anything to earn God's favor. We're sinners. And you got people that don't want to hear that. Nobody likes to be told, you are a sinner, you are wrong. Nobody. I don't. It's the truth. And people got a problem with that. They'll do anything but believe the truth. They'll convince themselves. The bad news is when you die, all your little argumentation against it is going to crumble to dust the minute you see God. And he's going to say, well, you know, I gave you a chance and you rejected that. There's only one way to heaven, and it's through Jesus Christ. That's what the Word says. He died on the cross, and that's it. And people don't want to hear that. People are so convinced in their own minds of whatever it is they believe. And I can never come against that. Never. Is everybody going to shave their heads now? Am I starting a cult? Doggy, you crack me up. Rode bike. That's funny. It's getting all tangled. It's getting all tangled, hard to comb, and it was frizzed out by the humidity. So I thought I'd clean it up and start anew. Yeah, but I don't have anything to burn right now. I'm going through what's left of my leftover wood. Once I'm done using everything, then we're going to stuff that puppy and light up the night. Then I can get that back room cleared out. Not putting any carpet back there. I'm not putting any carpet in here. I'll buy an area rug from Ollie's and throw it in the living room just to get rid of the cold floor in the winter. Maybe one for my room instead of those two small ones. We will see. But I'm not having carpet put in. I'm not doing all that tile. I'm not buying them crappy, snap together, fake vinyl floors. I don't like them. They scratch. I don't like them. I'm going to use garage paint in here and call it done. Mop and go, baby. Have a good one, Blue Dots. Thanks for coming in. Shave your head. We're all going to look like Tibetan monks. Wear them orange gowns. We'll go to Lhasa, Tibet. I think that sits at about 17,000 feet. If you're not used to high altitude, the first week you're there, you're throwing up everything out of your stomach. I read about the people that are going to climb Everest. They have to go and sit up there and acclimate. Then they move up to base camp, which I think is 23. I think the base camp is at 23,000. Oh, I saw a video a couple of years ago. They had a big earthquake in Nepal. Man, they showed the base camp. They showed boulders and stuff rolling and snow coming down that mountains. Like, whoo, baby. Everest is steep. You don't want to be on there when that thing starts shaking. You got old ice up there, and they said that you can hear on any given day ice falls. That's scary. And they got so many people trooping up in there. They're walking past dead bodies, leaving garbage and oxygen tanks. It's disgusting. I have no respect for that. Everest has been conquered. It's been done. Find something else to do, morons. Leave it alone. Mr. Smile, that may sound like a good argument, but we are created. We were created into existence. So we have a start date. And you and I, everybody will live eternally, either in heaven or in the lake of fire. God created the soul. My start date, man time, was 1966. God did that. God did that. I do believe in the Mozart effect. When there's kids in the womb, you play classical music and good stuff. I believe in that. A meat suit. A meat suit. Bridge has got crown meat and meat suit going now. Mr. Russell, how are you? When I was in Macau, and the girl I chased over there in 2008, we went to Macau. And it's all a lot of Portuguese architecture because it was Portugal had occupied it until they handed it back over to China in '99. But you go up this brick road, shops and restaurants, everything, and they got vendors. They make this sweetmeat. It's almost like a beef jerky, but it isn't. We're walking up there, and Beth and the ladies, they're stopping at every one and getting the free samples. They said, we don't need to go to the restaurant, we just eat all the way up the hill. It's like, oh gosh. That was a hoot. Just like Big Pig, the big movie meat. It's a really sweet meat. Wheat sweetmeats. Is that what's called rump roast, Bridge? Rump roast. Wow, that's funny. I ate a whole pot of food today. My belly's all distended. That's awesome. I've had gas atrociously the last few days because I piled green beans and black beans in my pasta creation the other night. Tasted really good, but boy, green beans and black beans, man, talk about free gas. Wake up in the morning and all I hear is thunder in my buns. There is thunder in my buns and you all had better run. Thunder in my buns. Thunder. I'm sick. Gotta make humor out of it, right? Methane factory. If I could just hook up a reverse catheter in my butt cheeks, hook it up to my fuel tank, that'd be so funny. One of these buttheads in their little show-off car pull up and I just rip one and the truck just goes, whoa, man, how did F-150 beat me? Dude, I got gas that you can't touch, buddy. Forget nitrix, it's Mitrix. Mr. New Amsterdam. That's right, child of God. That is right. Oh, we'll go get some night air so I can keep the stream going and not get tired. That's why I stood up. I sit down in that futon. I'm ready to go nighty night. Not good. I have no outside lights on my house. It's awesome. A little reverse psychology. I'm the only dark house in the neighborhood. Nobody fools with me. I love it. Most of the time it's quiet. You get the clowns in the day and sometimes the early evening, but it's quiet. What'd you do if you were watching me in a spaceship just crash into my yard? And these green dudes come out. You're like, okay, this isn't going to be a normal evening. You know what, Bridge? And that's what people told me. And instead of waiting for Jesus to come save us, we should instead lead by his example. Why did the medical community come up with the term PMS? It's called punish men syndrome. Punish men syndrome. Hello, Vox. How are you? Pull up your socks. You're the boy in the box. Won't you come out to play? Same one that did I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see. And that makes sense. How? Some of the songs we listened to in the 80s, you had to wonder, what the heck were they talking about? Anybody want to see a car come? Isn't that exciting? You see the headlights. Did you know your truck is a YouTube star, dude? He probably doesn't even know. Or Amish, you can tell. Ooh, that cool breeze. Now, where did that just come from? That was nice. Like a slice of cool air just wafted over my feet. What? Because Mad Cow doesn't want to take it. Jeez. James. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we do too. It's been dry. It's supposed to rain today and nothing. Yeah, I like the fall too. Fall here doesn't get cold like it did in Minnesota, Colorado, even Arizona. I remember Halloween night, it could turn to snow. It would be raining and cold in Prescott, Arizona, but that was a mile high, so it was in the mountains. It's very, very quiet out here. Opinions on Charlie Kirk. I support him. I think his assassin is going to realize when he stands before God that that was the biggest oops. Used to live in Parker. Yeah, I lived in Prescott. Yeah, Charlie Kirk didn't do anything wrong. If anything, he lived closer to God and values than I did. He was honorable. He had integrity. You too, TTV. Thanks for popping in. Or is that FFV? I can't see that. Don't let an extra chromosome get you down. Charlie Kirk was a great man, Fanny. Hey, that's good, WPP. That's good to hear. TTV, thank you. Yeah, because you know what? I was on a YouTube channel the other day, and they were saying the top 10 cities to move to that are doing well. Oh, here comes that kid. Here we go. I think it's him. See if he jackrabbits through the neighborhood. I'm gonna look like I'm not focused on him. No, he's backing up. What's he doing? Mr. E-Rock, are you in here? Remember that Suburban you saw with the butt end sagging down over here? I saw it on the freeway, broke down with a red tag on it today. I thought that's a good place for it. That guy comes through here making so much noise. Somebody's doing a little drug running over there, I think. Probably saw me over here with the phone and thought, screw that. There's some problems down that street. No, I didn't, Anna. Hey, that's crazy. Yes, Vox, it is gone. That's right, Roof. 100%. I'm not a detective, but if you just pay attention to things in life, you pick up on stuff. Well, thank you, Roof. Woofed. Yep. It's gone. Wow, it's hard to believe Saturday will be a year. This looked very different. This was a mess. I had piles of 8 to 10 foot limbs from the oak over here real high. Had several piles of all the leaves and the branches cut off and stacked. All the trunk was cut up and rolled into rolls stacked here. Oh my gosh, this whole neighborhood was just totally different. And then a few days after that, then you smelled all the rotting meat. Everybody had to throw out all the meat in their fridge, and it smelled like dead animals in the neighborhood for days. It was nasty. And at night, I'd open the windows after it got cool and the screen shut and let the breeze cool the house down. And just before I went to bed, I'd shut all the windows. I liked having Tina here. It was just great. And you know, I'm going to say something to all of you that you might be shocked to hear. Oh, Donita, that mob did that. That's all AI. He took the video I did, one of the shorts, and it put the uniform on me. I look like Major Nelson. Da 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 da. Earth below us, drifting slowly. Major Tom. Thank you, Roof. Thank you, Donita. But see, this is an example. You get fire truck, fire engine. He must be going up to the station up there. They must have ran and got their eats. They heard Bridge talking about meats. Just another street in America. Little did they realize that late that evening, nobody's life would ever be the same again. This is NASA. Yes, we have something that we need to discuss immediately. We have an object headed towards Earth at a high rate of speed. What is it? We don't know, but it's huge. Where's it expected to land? Projections put it right in the middle of the Atlantic, sir. The Atlantic. How big is it? Well, from appearances, it's about 250 miles across. Let's just say after part of it burns up in the atmosphere, it's going to be the biggest tidal wave this world has ever seen. The East Coast will be gone. The West Coast of Europe will be gone. And if the rest of the world survives that, it'll be a miracle. Could you imagine that? Incoming! That's crazy. That's morbid. Sheesh. Incoming! What's a VXR 31.5? What is that? What is that? Penny Lane. Oh, archery. I respect you for that because that takes some training and discipline to pull back a bow. The tension on that. Got your skill. I know they spearfish in Wisconsin. The Indians do. Wow, Bridge. If I ever need a cleaner to get some real stubborn stain, I'm just going to have Bridge say something to the sink, and that stain will go, yay, 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 and take off. Hi, Pale Girl. How are you? I also appreciate you regulars coming back again and again. That's awesome. Y'all notice something when I dress normal? The crowd's way down. What you studying, Pale Girl? Hey, Lord Prep, how are you? Mr. E-Rock and Amber, you still here? Well, thank you, Vox. Microbiology. My hat is off to you, Pale Girl. I hope you do well in your studies. Top Shelf, I've been watching that on the weather. There's some weird stuff. Gabriella moved north, so that's done. But there's these little things going on, and they said they could headbutt, collide, and they said it's a wild card. They don't know which way it's going to go. Noogies. Well, that's awesome, Pale. To have A's in your collegiate studies is admirable. What is microbiology? Is that getting into the cells? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I hope you like the butt stuff. I don't, Bridge, what is butt stuff? Oh, Mr. E-Rock, there you are. Cells, bacteria, fungi. Just all tiny microorganisms, basically. Got it. Hey, Amber. You guys can look this up. I have toured the Tower Sudan Mine, northern Minnesota. Fascinating. You go down to the bottom of the mine, I think it's 2,500 feet. It's one of the deepest in North America. It's a state park now, so they don't mine anymore. In the winter, it was 25 below. The big shaft that goes to the mine, there's just steam coming out. The temperature underground is 56 degrees, constant. We got a laboratory down there, and you guys will have to help me because I forget what they're called. There's these things that circle through the earth, some form of atomic something. And they study these things. It's fascinating. Lord Prep, I'm not familiar with that. Let me make it very clear to everybody listening and anybody who has any desires on me. My butt is not available for nobody. My butt is for sitting, pooping, and scratching. That's it. It's my butt, nobody else's. No buts about it. Donita's laughing. Now, I was going to say something deeply personal out on the porch, but I got rabbit trailed, which I tend to do a lot. Rabbit trails are fun. We never know which path you're going to go down in the woods. I spoke with a friend of mine in Cleveland today. And he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm not okay." He said, "I'm worried about you." I said, "Don't worry about me." He says, "You're back and forth with this dressing issue." I said, "You know what, dude? I've been alone. I'm getting goofy." He goes, "Yeah, you need somebody." I said, "No, I'm not getting on a date site." "But you won't even try." I said, "Man, I tried all the way up to 2015. I went all the way to Hong Kong. I went all the way to Huntsville. Went all the way to the Philippines. I'm done." "But how are you going to meet anybody?" I said, "Look." And he said, "I noticed you got women interested in you on my channel, on your channel." I said, "Yeah, I noticed that." We're heading out like a fetus. Bridge, nobody's going to stuff my butt with no hot dog, no condiments, nothing. The only thing that goes up my butt is toilet paper and a washcloth with soap to wash the crack. That's it. A clean crack is a happy crack. And then you don't get chafing and rash and everything else. It is an exit, it is not an entrance. Basic Science 101, E-I-E-I-O. It is a place for the colon to eject what needs to go. Anything entering in, there should be a sign that says no trespassing. What's a Jim Russell joke? Fox, that's awesome. So after determining, marriage scares the hell out of me, because I have been married before, 15 times, and I just don't want to add another one to the pile. Now let's see who's paying attention here. But I need somebody. Help! I need somebody. But I'm at an age I don't want a problem. Who makes more money, a drug dealer or a prostitute? Drug dealer? Oh my gosh, Bridge. Ah, that is bad. That's good. You got me. I need a helpmeet. I need a helper suitable for Michael. No, not a helper to do my dirty work. I need a love that's strong. I'm so tired of being alone. But will my foolish heart play the part of the fool again before I begin? Foolish heart. Oh yeah. Did I already tell you guys the story about the little boy with the cheese? Anybody hear that? Boy was walking home from school. Why did a woman stop telling fart jokes? I don't know. She ran out of gas. Because everyone said they stink. My mother used to say that ladies don't fart. I didn't have the balls to tell my mother that's a lie. I would have gotten slapped. But that's a lie. Boo boo, this man, boo boo. So, this boy walking home from school and sees this object rolling down a steep street. He waits for it, grabs it, sees a big roll of wrapped up cheese. Heard some man yelling. He goes home, hands it to his mother, and his mother said, "Wow, where'd you get this? This is nice. This is beautiful cheese. Where'd you get it?" He was rolling down the hill and I stopped, waited, and picked it up. She goes, "I wonder what kind of cheese this is." He said, "It's nacho cheese." Nacho cheese? Yeah, some guy was yelling up there, "That nacho cheese, that's nacho cheese." Yep, I used to tell that on the bus down here, and the kids busted their guts on that one. They were getting off the bus, "That's nacho cheese." Remember that dumb book they had in the 80s, 101 Uses for a Dead Cat? And they showed the stuffed cat with the tail up and the pencil sharpener was in the butt. That's just so wrong. Wrong. I used to like Garfield hanging on the screen door. You remember that, Vox? What does Confucius say about man with his hand in his pocket? I don't know what. I'm taken and feet are gross. He feels cocky all. Oh my gosh. Pocket pool. Have you ever heard the Chinese proverb? Chinese man once said, "He who stands on toilet, high on pot." Chinese man also say, "He who sit in church, if he fart, he sit in it. He sit in own pew." Amy, I'll tell you what. I'd be watching TV as a kid in the 80s in Mammoth. Tiger would curl up on my lap. I'd be sitting there and I'm like, cat. Man, the cats have the worst SBDs I've ever smelled. I'm like, okay, cat, you're off. That stinks. The fun's over. Deep sleep and you farted on my lap. No. Cat farts are the worst. George Carlin was funny, but he just had too much profanity. Cassidy, I'm all right. How are you? Blue Dust, where are you going? Are you taking a night ride somewhere? No, George Carlin cost. I know, because when I was in middle school, one of my friends said, don't let your parents hear this, play this on your Walkman. I played it while Carlin was lighting it up. I wasn't even a Christian then. I was like, man, my mom and dad hear this. What are you listening to? Why did a woman get a tattoo of a turkey and a Christmas tree on her thighs? Oh boy, here we go. Cassidy, I'm sorry. Yep, ginger, honey, and lemon tea. Hello, made for this mama. But I need somebody. I want somebody. And I don't need somebody like a needy, clingy. I don't need that. But I want a woman. I don't want a woman to argue. I don't want a woman to fuss with. I want a woman where we can just turn to each other, hold each other, and not even have to say a word. And we just know. A cuddle woman. I don't want drama. I don't want all that. Does that even exist? Can that even be found? Hello, Mr. Henkel. You know what's funny? George was a philosopher. There's no doubt he said some things that were very true. Bridge has a habit of saying things in a chat. She'll be gone for extended periods of time. I start to have heart palpitations, cold sweats, and have to go get some counseling, and then she shows up and I feel better. We get used to her and then she's gone. It sucks. But she's done some quotes that I will never, ever, never forget. Never. She said her boyfriend calls her a trash panda. I'm like, what the hell is a trash panda? She said, raccoon. Mina! How is Mina? Emotional sports psycho. I love it. Everybody needs an emotional sports psycho. Mina! What's the matter? What you mean? Are you sick? Yeah, I miss you too. I can't comment on your shorts. Other people can, but I can't. You've got me blocked. I don't know why. I can only comment on your lives and you keep falling asleep. I get up in the morning and I see it's dark and I can hear you breathing and your live is still going. You got to be careful about that, Mina. You got to. In Facebook, yes. I have Facebook and I also have Discord. What? Why is that, Bridge? My Facebook. Hold on, Mina, let me get a pencil. I need to write yours down because nobody's going to find me because there's 9 million Michael Nelsons. I even went to the store today. Bought me, I love these. These are good for my little notes. To pay a bill that day or to whatever. Mina, what is your Facebook? How do I look like? I don't look like MacGyver now with all my hair cut off. Yes, I did the whole thing. I did something different in the kitchen. There was sheetrock up here. They had patched it because instead of fixing the roof, this is no joke. Wait a minute, let me see your comment. All right, Mina, I've got it. I mean, I got something right with. Yes and no. I mean, I'm getting compliments on it. Man, I went to church. Nobody talks to me except the pastor. And all these women, no, I don't have an interest in any of them. No, no. No offense. I'm not interested in these Augusta gals. They're the different breed out here. But me and them, the never the twain shall meet. The shorter hair feels better. It's easier to bathe. Wash and go. I put a little thing of shampoo. And yes, I use shampoo even on my short hair. Mina, you know what, Vox, is too much playing around. And then even after I condition it and I comb and the comb gets stuck, I'm like, why is it so tangled? All right, let me write that down. Hold on. Yeah, if the pen would work. Sangita. I cannot even say that. Ronior. You got to teach me how to speak Nepalese. Kathmandu, now I know that one. I would love to go to Kathmandu. Now that would be an experience. Hey, can you see Mount Everest, Mina, from your place? Can you see Mount Everest from Kathmandu? Because I know it's very close. Yeah, you'll be easy to find because I don't think there's too many with that name. I messaged him, Bridge, just the other day and today on. But I mean, can you see it? Can you see the mountain in the distance? Is it visible from Kathmandu? Or is it too far? I thought Kathmandu is the closest big town towards Everest. There's the Tibet side and there's the Nepal side. Miss Z-Rock, thank you. Miss Z-Rock, thank you. You have a good evening. A Baptist, yes, very far. Mina, you guys live in a very awesome place. Very mountainous, very steep. Do you remember the earthquake a few years ago? Did you have damage at your place? Oh, I heard something about that, Anna. Hey, Mount Everest is very far. Okay. Thank you. I'd love to see the mountain. I don't want to climb it. That mountain would kill me. That mountain's intense. I've got good energy, but I wouldn't play with that mountain. The idea of having difficulty breathing does not turn me on. Yeah. Well, I tell you, the world is always in flux, ain't it? Mina, 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 Mina. No, I would not be down for some boat back. No. I'm not watching it. I remember my uncle. My uncle had a sporting goods store in Caslow, Canada, and he had some old VCR tapes. They could rent them out. And my uncle would order tapes for the local area, and he saw the Cowboys thought Brokeback Mountain. He ordered the stuff. He had no idea what the movie was about. And he said, he said some people watched it, brought it back, said, Bill, do you know what this movie's about? He goes, no, I just ordered what looks interesting. He goes, well, you can get rid of this one. And my uncle told me, he said, the guy looked at me and said, it's about two butt-fucking cowboys. I said, oh my gosh. I said, what did you say? He goes, Michael, I had no idea that I had that stuff in my store. He said, I got rid of it. Jeez. I'm sorry, that whole anal stuff is just disgusting. I mean, what does it take to turn somebody on? If a vagina doesn't work anymore, then something's broken. Seriously. Yes, that's right, Anna. Hey, you got competition, PB&J. I have never seen. See, I'm different. I'm different. I must have aged. Somebody says they got somebody, that's it. That's it. It's over. Done. The race is over. Mina, I will put you in a Facebook. I will see if I can find you. They're good to know, Greg. Peanut butter, so do I. Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Chooch. Was that the Chattanooga Chooch Chew? Bridge. No. No, Bridge. Penis flat. Hey, Dennis, how are you? Nope, that's a first. I'm not sorry, I made me laugh. Chooch! Chooch! When Bridge comes in the room, the British tea is over. Because them old British bats are going to get upset. My word, did you hear what Bridge said? It's time to go, ladies. Very incorrigible. I'm not coming here no more for tea. Mr. E-Rock. You know, you notice I was making fun of them, Bridge. That's when I'd want to walk right through that mansion, my little half shirt on, and say, hey ladies, what's up? that? Who let him in here? Why does he have that dreadful chain around his neck? Is he one of the slaves that got loose? Smooching is fun. I just blew tea out of my nose. Hey, refills. I got refills. Refills. Anybody need any tea? Refills. Here we go. Tazo, sweet orange. Wild sweet orange. We got ginseng and we got peppermint and turmeric. Oh yeah. Too much turmeric will light your colon on fire, baby, and scour it out. Bridge hit me with a whip. Uh-oh. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, where many a poor boy went, and they never got out unless they run. You can tell Bridge is from the eastern seaboard. You can tell. Bridge, your boyfriend called you a trash panda. I've never heard a woman referred to as a trash panda by their boyfriend. I got chased by a wild pig in New Orleans. Did you luau it? I had to go pick up a pig and tatais in the Philippines. That was a trip. I went with the family. They had something, I can't remember what the SUV was. It was not an American thing, but it was on the order of, what the heck did that remind me of? Anyways, we go to the market because they ordered the pig, and we get this big bamboo pole. The pig feet are tied up to the pole because they hold it over the fire. Man, I went to pick up the end of that thing, and the Filipino got on the other, like, boom. Oh my gosh, this piggy's heavy. That had to be 250 pounds, and we're like, ah! Man, that thing was heavy. Next day, I wake up in the morning, go down to get a drink of water down in the kitchen, and I come down the stairs into the kitchen. On the counter, the pig's head is looking up at me. Like, oh, nice, flies and the pig head. Gross. Disgusting. Duck-billed platypus. All right, folks, I'm going to call it a night. Get me some sleep. Arousing. You guys have a good evening. Thank you for the brevity, the jokes, the input. I have to pressure wash my ears and eyes for the things I read in the chat tonight. Thanks for the lols. I gotta go. I have to go. That pale girl, Vox, Bridge, PB&J, Mr. E-Rock. I know, I'm sorry, I hate to do that. I'm getting old. I can't stay up till 12 o'clock. I remember when I was in my 20s in Duluth chasing Caroline around. Sweet Caroline. Bow, bow, bow. Gotta walk into the YWCA and it's 25 below. Let's go! Woo! Man, I remember the energy I had back then. The snow and the cold didn't bother me. Like walking in the rain and the snow when there's nowhere to go. Oh yeah, I was all about that. Today, if I had to walk in 25 below and walk a girl 10 blocks, I'd be like, the futon, honey, the futon, you just stay here. We're not going home tonight, okay? Naughty boy, I didn't do it. I did not do it. I am not taking ownership of this stuff. Uber, yeah, that'd be home. They didn't have Uber back then. I think they had yellow crab. No, they didn't have yellow crab up there. What did they have? They had an orange and white. What did they have? One of our bus drivers drove the taxi in Duluth. It's like an old Caprice classic. One or two taxis in the whole town. All right, folks. Till next time, keep it safe. Bridge. Keep it under 75, will you? Be easy out there. See you guys.